Well, hello, everybody. And this is Auntie, and we are here to do our live chat nightcap, talking all things Married at First Sight. If this is your first time here, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And to all of my new subscribers, thank you so much for joining the channel. I truly appreciate you. And to all of my nieces and nephews who have been with your auntie from day one, thank you so much for your continued support. We're going to go back to our regular scheduled program, and I am hoping that you all have your drinks with you. I had a song that I just wanted to sing, just a snippet, just to kind of wrap everything up tonight, and that song is a little bit of Unbreak My Heart. But before that, we're going to get our glasses and raise our glasses up to the 11th hour of Married at First Sight. We're going to cheers to Molly and John separating. We're going to cheers to Molly, playing the old victim role. We are cheersing to Jephty and Sharnice, who seems like they want to stay together forever and ever and ever, ever and ever. And we're going to cheers to Ryan, one crazy a boho. Okay, cheers, everybody. Clink, 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 clink. So as I was thinking about this, I just couldn't help but think, sing a little bit of Unbreak My Heart. And, I just was like, like really into it, and the violins were going and everything. And I was like, unbreak my heart. Say you love me again. Undo this hurt that you caused when you walked out the door and walked out of my life. Uncry these tears. I cried so many, many nights. Unbreak my heart. Oh, it was a lot of heartbreak that was going on in this particular episode. Oh my God, where do we begin? First, you know what? I gotta stop. I want to give a special shout out to one of my sweetest and dearest admirers, Troy. Troy F. I'm not going to say what your last name is, but you know what? I just want to say hi. And yes, Auntie, when she is dating, she is with the swirl. So you don't have to worry about that, honey. All right, so special shout out to Troy and to everybody that works with Troy. Hi, Troy. Mwah. That's a special little kiss for you. Okay. Love and need, won't you, babe? Love and need, won't you, babe? Love and need, won't you, baby? Okay, let me leave Troy alone. So, anyway, we're going to go ahead on and start this out, with Jephty and Sharnice, who we see sitting on the sofa. They sitting by the dock of the bay watching all the tides roll away. And they're just trying to, wrap up their relationship and talk about, some of the things that a couple needs to talk about. As we saw, Jephty and Sharnice went to, the corn maze and went to Vermont, and they had a wonderful time. And things got a little crazy, you know what I'm saying? And his way of apologizing to her was by buying her a little puppy. And, we were happy with the little puppy. And now we see them on the sofa just kind of talking about, you know, that, both of them acknowledging that right now they're not at the place where they're in love with one another, but that they do see a future. And, Jeopardy, says to Shawnice, what if we never fall in love? What if we're together 5 years and we never fall in love? And Shawnice is like, well, you know what? If that happens, then we're going to have to try to do something different and we're going to have to split up. I like that conversation because I think that that's a real conversation that couples need to have, especially when you get into a relationship and it's a whirlwind and you're moving really fast. These couples are going through the typical things that couples go through when they meet one another and they start dating. You're going to have little arguments and spiffs and stuff like that. But their relationship is escalated because number one, it's playing out on television. And number two, they have, these weeks that they have to count down to make a decision about whether or not they're going to be together. And so it was, to me, heartwarming to see the two of them really having a real conversation and really looking beyond this particular experiment. Shawnice and Japti, I am really optimistic about them. On Unfiltered, of course, you all know Auntie looks at Unfiltered as well. And Japti was kind of, talking about how he was really insecure with Shawnice because she was all in it and she knew very early on that she was in love with him. And he, being a man, dealing with his own insecurities and knowing that he wasn't quite there, was just, basically a little afraid of jumping all the way out there with Shawnice, and because he couldn't match her feelings. And I think that what we have to understand as women is that men have the same insecurities and the same feelings that we have about love and romance and all of that kind of stuff. And that they're not perfect. They don't come packaged knowing everything. But a wonderful woman, a strong woman, can lead a man and guide him and just help kind of push him to that place. And in some ways, I see Shawnice doing that. In other ways, I see Shawnice making some crucial mistakes. And though that mistake that I see her making is compromising beyond who she is. Now, there's one thing to compromise in a relationship, because every relationship, whether it's a work relationship, a relationship in a with a family member, a relationship with the same sex or whatever, it's going to have some compromising, some give and take in it, if you will. But you can't compromise your non-negotiables. And I always talk about the non-negotiable. You can't compromise on that. And she's finding herself being silent about things, walking on eggshells with Jeopardy, because she wants to get past the experiment. I'm hoping that her and Jeopardy relationship gets past this experiment. They talked about, Jeopardy talked to her about, what was your most memorable moment. And she said, when we were on the honeymoon and I kissed you for the first time. And I think that for women, once we get past the point where we realize, okay, this guy is dateable, then that first kiss tells us whether or not, we're really going to have this intimate relationship with him, or whether or not. I think that a kiss is extremely personal. For me, I believe that kissing is more intimate to me than sex. And, I won't go into that here. I'll go into that on my Facebook page, I guess for a little after show. But I believe that kissing is much more intimate than sex, because you can have sex and walk away from it. You can have sex as a job. You can have sex as a duty. But when you start kissing somebody, I believe that you're giving more of who you are in just that kiss. But anyway, and let alone talk about putting up a little bit of, you know what I'm saying? But we'll talk about that for all of you all who are subscribed to my YouTube channel. We'll talk about that more in depth. So if you want to hear about that, follow me at Keisha Brown, Kecia Brown on Facebook. So anyway, he talked about his favorite moment was Vermont, the first half of Vermont. And for him, that was the first opportunity that he got to be romantic with her. Remember when, before they left, he said that he wasn't a romantic guy, and he really tried it. And to see her, when you try something new that is going to please your partner, and you really do care about someone, that energy from them warms your heart and takes you to another level of intimacy with that person, because sex is not always intimate. Like I said, doesn't have to be intimate. Sex is sex. And so I think that people have to make sure that they know the difference in it. Anyway, so we see the guys decide to get together over at Ryan's house. One of the things I noticed is that they've never had a dinner over at John's house. John's house is just not a welcoming atmosphere. I wouldn't want to be over that Monty Dotty either, but they've never had a dinner over there. So they have this dinner over Ryan's house. And looks like Ryan made some kind of pot roast and some mashed potatoes and some burnt up garlic bread. And I was like, okay, my brother, where the hell is the where the hell is the veggies? But anyway, I digress. And so they sit down at the table and everything, and they begin to talk about this second honeymoon trip. And Jephthah starts out saying that, his trip was, good, and, the first half of it. He doesn't go into, detail at that time. He just talks about, how they went to Vermont and they had a really good time. And they did a cool maze, and it was really relaxing and romantic. Okay. And so then we hear, Ryan asked John, well, John, what was going on with you? How was yours over there? Ryan goes into a dialogue and talks about how, they went to New York and it was, the top 3 romantic trip that they had ever taken. By who? By who's, what? So anyway, he talks about that, and then he goes in, for the kill with John and asks John what's going on. John, we know, has split with Molly, and, he, as a man, was struggling with having to tell the guys that, but he clearly knew that he was going to have to tell them. In the meantime, we see Molly at a restaurant with her sister Jennifer, about to break the news to her. And as you can see in the thumbnail, I asked the question, is Molly really the victim? For all of you all who watch Unfiltered, Molly went in on the defense mode. Molly now is embarrassed. Her reputation, she knows, is out there in the public. This videotape was played of her being really, really nasty to John. And so now she's out there in the public eye. And, this is the type of woman who, by any means necessary, is going to, try to portray herself as an angel. And, she's a victim. She's being victimized. And she did not fail me in that. In my opinion, when she did Unfiltered, she went on Unfiltered and began to say that there were some things that John had done in the relationship that as his wife, she covered up. And, she decided that she was not going to expose him. And so she felt blindsided because he exposed her. She also went on to say that, when she was saying he was disgusting and that he made her skin crawl, that was because she was disgusted by him videotaping her. No, Molly, I think that we all were a little clear. Well, we were really clear about what you had to say and what you were disgusted about. She's just a perpetual victim. She's the one, who's been wrong. She's the one who has been covering up for John. She's the one that has had all these things happen in the relationship. She's the one who wants things to continue to go on between the two of them. She's the one who wants to fight for the marriage. She's the one who stayed in the marriage and was hoping to complete the experiment. Molly, the perpetual victim with the stick stuck up in that ass. And so so John goes on, she's sitting there with her sister. She tells her sister, he decided that, he expressed he wants a divorce. But when we hear John retell the story to his friend, John says, we both made a decision that day that Molly and I are going to get a divorce. And for some reason or the other, I don't know why, I absolutely believe John's end of it. I don't think that John has a reason to lie, because we have seen John relationship with Molly play out the whole entire time, and we have seen him suffer at the hands of this woman and at the mouth of this woman. I think that Molly thought that she was going to get this well-to-do man. She was going to be able to take all of her financial debts from college and all of that kind of stuff. Because remember, she has a job, but she doesn't really have a job that's very lucrative. And so she had put in her profile that she wanted this man who had this particular stature and that he had to make a certain amount of money and all of that. Well, John did fit that bill until she married him. And as a result of him wanting marriage so bad, he sacrificed his job for this marriage. Now, I don't know how much of that believe, but I'm just telling the story that he told. And so, Molly did not get what she wanted. And for some women, unemployed men, it's just a turn off. I would have rather Molly have said that than to be a victim right now and say that, John, she was covering up for him and he had verbally abused her. Molly went on to say that the conversation that we heard was the butt end of her being exhausted and tired of being verbally abused by John. She indicated that John was telling her that she was selfish and she had insecurities and, this, that, and the other. She played it out to her sister, that, and she played it out to the girls later on, as we'll discuss. She played it out as, because I wasn't physically attracted to him, this is the guy that he turned into, the monster that he turned into. And because I didn't want to give him any sex and I did not want to wrap my loving legs around him, in addition to my loving arms holding onto the back of a banister, okay, he's mad. And his intention now is to hurt me. Molly, I'm not buying that. I'm sorry. I'm not buying it. If you're buying it, put it down in the description box and tell me why the hell you're buying it. Because I'm going to tell you right now, you couldn't sell that to me at a flea market. You couldn't sell it to me at a department store. You could not sell that to me at a thrift store. You couldn't even sell me that at the Dollar Tree. I am not buying that bullshit that she's talking. I'm sorry, I'm not. Molly, you're a mean girl. You are insecure. You are that kind of girl who does things to make sure that you look good on the outside, but the inside of you is broken and miserable as hell. And because you are that on the inside, that shows up on the outside. Because there's nothing that is going on in the inside of you that will not reveal itself on the outside. It will come through your body language, that's 72% communication that we use to communicate with our body. And it would also come out with the rest of that honey out of your mouth. And out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. You's a nasty, mean, miserable girl. I'm trying to be nice out here. Clink, clink, clink for Auntie trying to be nice out here. You're a mean girl, Molly. Straight up and down. You're a mean girl. And that's just my opinion. Somebody else may have another opinion. Convince me. Because there's nothing that you could do to convince me that Molly is not a mean girl. So anyway, John is telling his friend, I was talking to the expert. We would meet with the experts. The experts would say one thing, and then, the next time, when they say something, I go back and I try to work. I hit a brick wall. I try to work with her again. We go back. They say, you know what, go back in the fight. I go back in the fight and I hit a brick wall. I believe him. But Molly, on the other hand, is telling her sister, this is based on me not giving him sex. How low can you go? Can you go way low? Down low to the ground? How low? Okay. So anyway, we see him talking to the guys, and he says, basically, the same thing. He tells the guys that, basically he and Molly have made a decision to get a divorce. And here come dumbass Ryan. Well, basically, I ain't really feeling mine either. See, I told her I know a good relationship when I feel one, when I've been in one. Bitch, you ain't been in no good relationship. That's why you got married at first sight. Because you had tapped all the daggone wheels and those mother was dry. Okay, I'm trying to keep it. I found love on a two-way street and lost it on a lonely highway. Ooh. Okay, because I had to sing. I had to do something. Okay, because I feel like I'm about to cuss out here like a sailor on a ship. So anyway, Ryan sits there and tears Jackie down to the ground. He indicates that he lies and tells her lies because when he wants to tell her the truth, she overreacts. Now, some of that I do agree with. We have seen Jackie with her passive aggressiveness. At least I saw it this week. And all of them have some serious, I mean, some major problems. And so, he goes on to say, if we split up, we split up. I ain't gonna give a damn. And so Jeopardy is like, it's it's hard for me to make to even figure this guy out. Because mentally and emotionally, he all over the damn place. John goes on to say he don't know what the fuck is going on with him. Ryan he's confused. He sits there and he has been with this woman all this time. And he don't give a rat's ass about this woman. He says that he can walk away from the situation and it won't mean nothing to him. And I'm just sitting there thinking to myself, bravo for telling the truth. The only thing that you had with this woman was sex. You didn't even have companionship because you wanted to be out. He goes on to tell the men that he's done everything that he could do in order to keep this relationship together. That he's tried, I've tried. I tried to do the best I can for you. But it seems as if it's not enough. If you really care, I mean, if you really, really care, then open up your heart to me. Okay, whatever, Ryan. Ryan, you have not tried everything. You go out and you drink with the boys. You go out and you hang with the boys. You paintball with the boys. You're at the firehouse 24 hours, 7 days a week with the boys. Everything you do is with the boys and not with the girls. And so I really have an issue with you sitting there with the guys. But see, Ryan is the kind of guy that he wants to be seen as this tough man. And he doesn't want to be seen as being vulnerable. And Jeopardy and John can see through it because John said, he's actually scared. He's scared of what is going to happen on decision day. So he's doing and saying all of this to protect himself and to protect his image. But but without a strong woman, without a woman who loves you and cares about you, bitch, you ain't got no image. Because you know what? You made a decision, a conscious decision to go on Married at First Sight. And so what do you think that all of us are going to think about you? John, I know you said that you felt like you are a failure. You are not a failure. You are a survivor. Because we watched Molly be extremely abusive to you. And you stayed in there and you fought. When men don't usually stay and fight that hard. But you stayed and you fought. And you didn't get no panani. You are a survivor, John. Molly, you said you feel like a failure? Bitch, you are a failure. You failed us. You failed the staff and the crew. You failed the camera. You failed everybody. Because what you wanted to do was be seen as this victim woman who's with this man that makes her skin crawl. But she stayed all the way through to the end of the experiment. Fuck that. So anyway, the guys are sitting there with Ryan. They can't believe the stuff that Ryan is saying out of his mouth. And here we see Jackie on the other side of town, sitting with the girls and having taco dinner over there with Shawnice at Shawnice's house. Again, she's not hosting anything at her house. And so she goes over there, with the girls and everything, and she's just like, okay, I really don't want to tell them the relationship is over because I don't want them to judge me. And I don't want them to try to convince me to make it work. No, bitch, ain't nobody going to convince you to make it work. We are all going to convince you to stay at your mama's house. See, she tells her sister at the table, I just took a bag. I just wanted to get out of this so quick. I wanted to take a bag. But, I just was done when he made that comment. And it just devastated me that, he videotaped my ass being real and being the real person. You could hear the evilness in her voice. You could hear the bitterness in her voice. You could hear the anger in her voice. See, you can't mask that kind of stuff, Molly. You can get on unfiltered all day long and try to make an excuse and try to make John out to be the guy who has wronged you. But Molly, I'm telling you, you cannot mask the bitterness in your voice. You can't do it. So we see the girls sitting up there talking, and we see Jackie, basically, optimistic about her relationship, even though she know, it's a roller coaster ride with Brian, that they have already talked about getting a divorce. She know damn well that the man does not put her as a priority. She knows that she's like the number 6 thing on his list. But what she wants to do is try to, go through the experiment and stay with him. Ryan sits up there and says that, he's been complaining his ass off to his friends. And all his friends said, well, you know what, man, stay to the end of the experiment so that you can go through, real life her and see whether or not this. No, don't waste my damn time. I would not allow him to waste my time. But anyway, I digress. So Molly comes out to the girls and she tells the girls, that her and John are not going to be together. And so, the girls are like, what? Oh my God. Oh my God, this may affect my relationship, which is the same. Sorry. I'm sorry. That was my child calling. Hopefully she doesn't call back in. I'm going to have to decline it again. She going to be mad. But anyway, sorry, y'all. Clink, clink, clink to the child calling in the middle of the broadcast. So we see, basically the girls talking about it, and they're like, Shawnice is like, well, hey, no judgment here. You have to do what you got to do. But then, everybody now is thinking, oh my God. So we see, Poo Poo Mommy is live. So basically, we see them going back and forth, and and everybody now is like scared because they know that this could be their fate, and so their worst nightmare is being recognized through Molly. But Molly been a bitch from the beginning, allegedly, and so I wouldn't base my relationship on Molly because I'm not Molly. And all the rest of them are having sex, and you know what I'm saying, and they're doing all of those kind of things. So they don't, they shouldn't really worry, except for, Ryan, who's just a dishonest person. It's so unfortunate, but he's such a dishonest person. And so now we go on, and, basically they go home. And this is where I see the other side of Jackie. Because Jackie comes into, the house, and Ryan is, cleaning up his stuff at the stove. And she's like, hey, he ducking. He ducking the kiss. And she like, why are you giving me the cheek? And he was like, because you got that lipstick on. I got my red lipstick on. So, he's like, you got the lipstick on, I don't want the lipstick. But, she probably could feel his energy that it wasn't about the lipstick. And so she said, well, can we talk? And he was like, yeah, well, I'm cleaning up and everything, avoiding. And he's like, I'm cleaning up. And she's like, now, bitch, right now. In the living room, get here. I want to talk to you right now. Now, I thought that was very aggressive of her. I thought that, I know it's you, Poo Poo. I am recording. Oh my God, now she's sending me text messages. She like, it's me. It's me you're looking for. Okay, so We see her really be aggressive but passive with him. No, we need to talk right now. So she sits down because she's so anxious to talk to him about what's going on with John and Marley. And like he doesn't already know, but she wants to discuss this because she got her own fears. And you remember, women, I said last week that, we have that sixth sense. Your heart tells you that when something is not right. And her heart is telling her that this relationship is not right and this is not going to work out. So, they sit down on the sofa and everything. And, oh my God. Excuse me, y'all. What? This is so stressful. So anyway, let me get back focused. Let me drink. I'm drinking Diet Coke tonight. Some children, how is it that I decline your phone call and you don't remember that I go live on Thursdays sometimes. Okay, so so anyway, she wants to talk to Ryan. She has this conversation with Ryan, and Ryan is like, yeah, Jeopardy said. See, Ryan, I noticed about him, he never wanted to take ownership for Ryan stuff. He always got to throw something in there. And then, so I be feeling some kind of way because just say what you got to say. Yeah, Jeopardy said, that at the end of this experiment, we'll always be friends. And she was like, wait a minute, what? See, this is the second time he's used Jeopardy as a scapegoat and an excuse and a reason for him to say what he really got to say. Just tell her that you don't want to be with her. Tell her all the stuff you told homeboy and them at the table. Tell her. Go ahead, Ron. I dare you. Tell her. But instead, he says, well, I'm just thinking, because of the arguments, I'm scared of the arguments. We argue all the time once a week and we throw the divorce, thing up. And I'm concerned. I mean, you're not concerned. And if you're not concerned, you should be concerned because I'm a grudge holder and I hold stuff in my heart and I don't know how to get past stuff. And then too, I want to make an excuse. You know what I'm saying? Because I done talked all that stuff behind your back. And basically I feel like every time I say something, you overreact. And so as a result of you overreacting, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like, I don't care nothing about you. And if we break up today or tomorrow, I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. And so she's sitting there saying, whoa, wait a minute, I'm blindsided. So you told the guys that you don't know if it's going to work between me and you? Yeah. That's what I told the guys. So she's like, well, I thought that me and you were on the same page. I thought that we had agreed that we were going to stay together and that, we were going to stay together. And he's like, I ain't never told you that. He's talking to her as if she knows that it's anything different. And she's like, wait a minute, what the hell? And so she's got her cap on because she knows deep in her heart that Ryan is right. They don't need to stay together. And yes, you're going to have arguments and disagreements in your relationship. But Ryan is right. When you have the arguments at the level that they have them, you don't need to stay with them. Women, I know that we are always in there and try to hang in there. And men, we try to hang in on relationships that we know are dead and over, done and through. We try to work it out and we try to think the best of people, and we stay in relationships based on people's potential. But let me tell you, when you get to be a certain age, you can no longer date potential. You've got to date compatibility. And if this person isn't compatible, I can't date you based on your potential. I can't. I have to date you based on who you are today. I can't date you based on next week, next year, 5 years from now. My 5 year goal is not to be still dating your potential and hoping that you rise up to that. And I recognize that I can't change a person. And I don't want to have somebody in my life that I gotta change any damn way. I want you authentically you, with your good stuff and your bad stuff. I don't want you to have to change to be with me. I just don't. And Jacqueline is looking at the potential when Ryan is showing her who he is. He's showing her every day and in every way that I like to party and I like to drink and I like to be sociable and I like having sex with you, but I don't want the commitment and I don't want to put the work in. Stop dating for potential. The hell with your potential. You may not ever reach your potential. A lot of people are dead and in the grave and never reach their potential. So how the hell am I going to date somebody based on who you're going to be in the future? You have to date the person that you see in front of you. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. Ryan made a comment and it was cold. He said, if it work, it work. If it don't, it don't. And that's the reality that Ryan is unfortunately walking in. And Jackie said it's not going to work if you got that kind of attitude. You're damn skippy. But out of the abundance of his heart, his mouth is speaking. I don't believe that people make mistakes. I don't believe that you make mistakes in conversations that you're having with someone that you've been intimate with. I don't believe that. I believe that whatever you say out of your mouth was in your heart the whole time. I do. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Write it down in the comments. And don't forget to hit that thumbs up button when you come into the room. But when a person shows you who they are, you got to believe them. You can't believe that optimistic child that's inside of that inner child that wants her daddy figure or wants her uncle figure or want the president figure or, wants somebody else that you've dreamed and you pretended that, what that, and then at the same time, what did Jackie bring into the play? Jackie is passive aggressive, apparently to me. I mean, well, it appears to be that way to me. She's very passive aggressive. And she does walk out. Even when Ryan didn't say what she wanted him to say, what the hell she do? She got up and rolled out. Why? Had a conversation. You started the conversation. Have the conversation. Grow up. All of these people to me need to grow the entire fuck up. Grow the fuck up. I said fuck. Grow up. So, now she's devastated because she done got blindsided because Ryan is flippy floppy. But Ryan been flippy floppy since the day you said I do with his little khaki brown suit on. He been flippy floppy from that day. But see, you didn't see it because your own desires blinded you from what reality really was. But guess what? Reality got a way of smacking you the hell in the face. And that is what has happened. So you know what? We move on. We see John. He goes and visits his parents, his mom and his stepdad. And they got the little long driveway, so John ain't without no money. See, Molly, you played it wrong, because when he drove up in that driveway, boo, I was like, okay, somebody got some cheddar. So he drives up and he tells his mom, that the marriage didn't work out and everything. And the mom says, based on the hurt and the different things that they have gone through in their life, that they have learned how to laugh through the hard times. And you know what? Laughter is absolutely good for the soul. And the mother, even though she wanted to see Molly and she was hoping Molly was going to come and that things, would work out between the two of them, she was supportive of her son, which is all she should be, is supportive of her son. And so I celebrated the mom, I celebrated the stepdad, and I celebrated John. Because at the end of the day, John deserves to be happy. And John, I am hoping that you find someone who will make you very happy. I'm hoping that your inbox and your DMs are flooded with potential, with women who potentially could be your wife. I really do. And I hope that one of them just ride you like a horse. You know what I'm saying? Just ride you like Tito rode his horse, and John Wayne and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Just ride you into the sunset. And then when the sun comes, you know what I'm saying, back up again. And then ride you again into yet another sunset. And then this, okay? Just ride you like, okay. So, clay, to the horse ride. Okay. So basically, now we see Shawnice, and she's in the car with Japti. And, she's sitting in the car with her little short wig on. I thought that short wig was really cute on her. One of the things that I don't like that she does is that sucking her tongue. They always catching her. What is. And then sometimes she just be like, it get good to her. She be like, let me stop. She cute though. But that girl she be riding that. I said, okay. Okay. As y'all can see, I'm be silly tonight. So anyway, let me stop playing, because some people come here and they want to hear the reviews and they don't want me to be silly and they don't want me singing and none of that. So let me stay focused. So anyway, we see her basically renege on a deal. She tells Jepti that she's going to drive the car. She gets in the car before Jepti does, because she got to get her story together. And Jepti gets in the car because he's irritated, because they had already made arrangements the night before on who was going to drive what car. And she gets in there and she waits until the camera turns on. She waits until the camera turns on. She waits until the camera turns on to tell him why she's not doing it. See, now that's the kind of stuff to me that's dishonorable. Because before you got in the car and you were off camera, you should have told your husband that you didn't get the oil changed, that you didn't have the car serviced, and that he was going to have to drive. That's how you alleviate arguments. When men get behind the wheel of a car, women, we know, you can't give them directions. You can't tell them nothing. You can't say nothing to your man when he is behind the wheel of the car. I don't know what it is, what that relationship is that those men have with that steering wheel, that plexiglass in the front, and that pedal at the bottom. But when a man gets in behind the steering wheel of a car, he changes into somebody that you don't know. You be like, the hell, I'm just trying to give you directions, boo. Boo, I'm just trying to talk. No, boo, don't take the, oh my God. So, you end up finding yourself riding in the car like, I ain't even gonna say nothing. If we get lost and we lost for 5 hours, if the car break down on the side of the road because we ran out of gas, I ain't saying nothing. Because you know what? This is his kingdom, and he feels most like a man when he behind the wheel of a car. What the hell is that? Men, please, in the bottom, tell me why the hell y'all get like that when, when y'all get behind the wheel of a car. So anyway, Jeopardy is like, I don't have a problem with driving, but I got a problem with us being shady about it, which I would have too. She really was shady about it. And so, he's like, but we had already discussed this last night. We had already gone through, you said that you was going to drive, and now you sitting up in here sucking your tongue. And I'm driving, and you making up all these excuses. You knew all of this stuff was wrong with your car. You knew that you didn't have an opportunity to get it done between now and then. So just be upfront about it. And I agree with Jeopardy, but one of the things that I liked about it was that she learned in the midst of that she needed to settle down and she needed to just take the high road. Because you know what? Every battle ain't worth fighting. Everyone isn't worth fighting. You have got to learn how to pick and choose your battles in relationships. Don't you, Troy? No, I'm just kidding. You have to learn how to choose your battles. You can't fight every one of them. Some of them is just like, you know what, forget about it. All right, you got it, boo. I was wrong. I should have been upfront with you. I was tired. I didn't go and get everything done. But you know what, basically, sweetie, I really need you to do it. Would you mind taking my car to get the oil change and getting the car washed for me? Like, I'm that kind of woman. Like, when it comes down to a car, when it comes down to um, um, taking the trash out, when it comes down to killing a bug, when it comes down to hanging pictures on the wall, I'm that kind of woman that I need a man to do that for me. Now, yeah, I ain't even gonna fake. I need a man to do that for me. I like to have somebody do it. And right now, because I'm not dating, I'll get my brothers to do it. Can you come and change the oil? Can you come and do this? Can you do this? Knick knack, patty rack, and give a dog a bone. I ask my brothers to do it because, like, I'm that kind of woman that I don't have the wherewithal, the patience, or anything. If I have to go and get my car service because there's a recall on it or something like that, like I have anxiety out of the roof. So I would be one of those women where I would never pick an argument with my husband about the car at all. Now I do make sure that before my tank gets under a half a tank of gas, that I go and fill it up because I know I'm that type of woman that I would be scared to be on the side of the road. Now, if I had to change a tire and stuff like that, I would do it, but I'm not one of those kind of women. You ain't gonna get me to argue. I'm not going to argue about, I'm not going to ever say, honey, I'm willing to drive. I'm going to always say, baby, can you drive the car? Like, I mean, like, really, I don't think that there's anything wrong with a man being a man and doing those manly things. Unless he's the kind of man that be like, look, I need you to, drive this time. Then, I mean, okay, it's a give and take. But I love being a woman, and I love men taking that man, that masculine role in my life. That doesn't bother me or discourage me at all. Baby, do it. Do it till you're satisfied. Okay? That's just me. So, but I did like the fact that Jeopardy and Shawnice were able to talk through the situation, and they ended up, being able to laugh and move on. And I think that is the important thing. We see Ryan sit down with Jacqueline and change his whole story. Percocet. Molly Percocet. Like, what is he? He sat down with her and changed his whole entire story. Now, he wants to be with her again. He just needs to stop hanging with men. He just needs to be by his damn self. And then he gives her a pendant with the flowers from the wedding in it. That's simple. And that's so nice, Ryan. You know what? That's so nice. I'm gonna go ahead on and keep that in the box, and I'm gonna go ahead and put that up, because what you're not gonna be able to do is the same thing that Japti does, is give me a gift and think that that is going to, yes, he's a flip flopper. I can see that all the way with my glasses off. Who is that? Bria Fowler. You app girl, I saw that with my glasses on. He's a daggone flip flopper. Sidebar, who is ready for Love After Lockup to come back? Auntie's review with everything. Tasha, we ain't talk about no daggone Love After Lockup. You welcome, Naturally, Jess. Yes, he did, Clinique. I'm the type of woman who isn't intimidated by my husband's strengths. I love when he helps me. Yes, Gracie Mack. Somebody said, fix a flat. That's right, Triple A. Yes. Love you too, Jean Blue. Oh, you welcome, Bria. Ryan is a roller coaster. He doesn't know what the hell he wants. So weird. Absolutely, Clinique. Absolutely. Nia K said, I think Ryan wants to be cool to everyone, so he says what you want to hear. Nia K, you are absolutely correct. And the thing about it is, he's a people pleaser. And because people pleasers are those kind of people that are flippy floppy. They go back and forth wherever the wind goes. If it blows to the north, they're on the north side. If it blows to the south, they're on the south side. And those are people. But when are you authentic about who you really are? And then you think that you're going to give me a necklace and I'm just going to kiss you and be in love. I'm not a grudge holder. Trust me and believe me, I have a very, very big and forgiving heart. But what you're not going to do is dismiss my feelings with a gift. You're not going to dismiss my feelings with a dog. You're not going to dismiss my feelings with some flowers. You're not going to dismiss my feelings with something material. Because, see, gift giving isn't my love language. And when you're dating somebody, you have to know not only what your love language is, but how to communicate in someone else's love language. Because if you give me a gift, then I feel like you're dishonoring and diminishing how I feel with a gift. That's not going to work with me because it's not part of my love language. Now, I am a giver. I'm a huge giver. But when I'm in a relationship, a loving relationship with a man, gift giving does not work for me. Now, that's not to say that there are never going to be opportunities where I'm not, I'll receive a gift. Of course, I'll receive a gift, but I won't receive a gift as a way of communicating with me. That's not gonna work. But I need you to sit your ass down and we have a conversation about it. And Ryan and Japti's give their love language is gift giving. Don't give me a goddamn thing, and then you gonna sit out there and take me to a club, and we arguing and screaming, and you say you want a divorce. That a gift isn't going to erase that away. What's going to erase that away and help me deal with that and help me move past that is you sitting down and having a open dialogue with me about your feelings and my feelings and how to correct this and how we won't and how to prevent that from happening again. Don't give me a gift. But for Jackie, if he gave her a bone, she would take it because she wants so badly to be over that guy. I really do believe that. And I believe that she's a lot like Molly. Um, Image, trying to protect her image, trying to make it all look good. You know, I'm sorry. At the end of the day, I got to be true to who I am. So I'm going to put my glasses on. I didn't open up the phone lines, and I should have because I would love to hear what you all have to say about this. So I'm going to put my glasses on so that I can read your comments. If you have any questions or if there's anything that I've said that you did not agree with, let me know. And right now I can't see. I can see as soon as I put these glasses on. So Nia K says Molly is another story. She is a pretender with a capital P. MI says a better gift is cash. Gift, credit card. Oh my God. Love you too, Josie F. Hi, boo. Hi, So Dominique. I love you too, Lily 66227. Oh, remember that show? Um, Absolutely, baby Groucho. She says actions are worth more than gifts. Um, let's see what else is going on. Jackie is not ready because she is still grieving for her ex, which is understandable. Ryan changed when she was sad. Yes, Clinique. Absolutely. Auntie, that weight loss is looking so good. Thank you, Cynthia Drake. Thank you. Am I shopping together is fun? Absolutely, it is. TM, do you think Molly hasn't truly dealt with her father's death and she has her walls up to protect herself? Yes, in some ways, I think hi Queen Stars, my world. Hi, sweetie. Yes, in a way I do, but I don't think that it has anything to do with how she has been treating John. I do think that she has issues and she is probably still grieving the death of her father. But I think that the woman that she is has nothing to do with her father being deceased. I believe that she was that pompous, arrogant, nasty ass woman prior to her dad being. And I think that that's why out of all of her friends who have gotten married, she wasn't the one who got married, because I don't think that Molly has ever taken the time to really develop and love herself for who she really is. I just think there's some inner hate, and I think that that's why um and I think that that's why she tries to glamorize herself with her nails and all of that kind of stuff. She wants to look together and play the part. I truly don't believe that she. No, I don't believe it's her father. Ryan is double-minded. What's sad is he tries to please everyone but Jackie. Hi, Nessa G. Auntie, we have to call Big Papa to see your divalicious self. Okay, girl, Big Papa be looking. Stop playing. Um, Beautiful. Hi, Cynthia Drake. Hi, babe. Tasha, give me a special personal massage from yourself. Now that is a gift, a surprise. Something says effort. Brian needs to stop drinking and drink Diet Coke like I agree. Bobby is looking. Oh, he is. Hi, Bobby. Hi, Bobby. He out there tonight. Hi, sweetie. Mwah. Molly is fixing up the outside because the inside is a mess. Yes, Carol. Guerin. Absolutely, I believe that. I believe that. So it is almost an hour. I had no intention. I always say that. I had no intention of being out here. Somebody wrote something they want me to see. Maybe Molly should have visited John's mom's house before she decided to dump him. Molly just needs a facial and stop covering that acne. Her skin needs to breathe. I agree. Oh my God, she got horrible skin. But I just didn't want to, like kind of dwell on her looks or anything like that, because I think that that's what she does. And you know what? It's so sad. It is so sad. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead on and wrap this up. It has been such a pleasure to be out here with you all tonight. And I look forward to being with you on Sunday. As you all know, I am getting closer and closer to taking my test. And so you may not see me on Sunday because I have class on Sunday and it really is my last day to prep um, for my graduation that's coming up real soon. So if I don't see you on Sunday, you know you all have a wonderful weekend and we will get back together soon. Don't forget, for all of those ladies who are interested, on my Facebook page, I will be talking about the Real Housewives of Potomac. Real talk, straight talk. So if you want to join that dialogue, don't forget to look me up on Facebook. Also, I will be doing a chat tonight, our little after show on YouTube. I mean on Facebook under Cozy Corners. So if you look for me in about 10 minutes. We're going to come out there and I am going to share my screen with you all so that we can talk about tonight's episode. I love you all to pieces and you all be blessed. Stay sweet and thank you so much for being here. I love you to pieces. Bye bye. Mwah. 10 minutes.